Hello YouTube, Pat here. Just got back from Oregon to go see the total eclipse. I had a hard time finding out where we were going to go because of all the fires that were in the Pacific Northwest, as you can see here on this map. I was going to go to eastern Oregon or Idaho, but there was smoke everywhere. So we chose Rocky Top, and it was still close to a big fire next to Mt Jefferson, but we were hoping that the wind was coming from the west and would blow the smoke away. Woke up in the morning to the thick smell of smoke and found out the wind had changed during the night and was coming from the east. And as you can see from this panoramic, all the valleys were filled with smoke. But we climbed up to the top of Rocky Top, a bunch of people up there, so we hung out at 4,600 feet at this real nice meadow where a lot more people could hang out and I could film without too much trouble. But you can see all the smoke in the valley. There's Mt Jefferson in the background. We lost sight of it later. It was just totally covered in smoke, but made for a very surreal view. This is like, say, just slightly after daybreak, about an hour after daybreak, and people were wandering in all morning long. Anyway, you can see people start coming in, smoke's pouring through the valley through this time lapse. The eclipse is starting about at this point. And this time lapse, you can see it's starting to dim as the sun's being covered over. Lots of people coming up, had some good conversations. You'll see shortly some people climb up to that rocky peak, and there was a few people really scared for their safety, but anyone who knows anything about rock climbing and whatnot, it's, as long as you're sure-footed, it wasn't that big of a deal. I pointed my camera to the north, hoping to catch the shadow of the eclipse coming up the valley, but that didn't turn out quite so good, but you can still see things darkening up. I sped this up quite a bit for that. At this point, it started getting dark enough where it started getting this weird eerie feeling because the sun's coming down. You can see the shadow on the ground like it's at, close to midday, but it's getting really dark. Gave you a really eerie feeling.
I'm starting to feel nauseous. This is weird. This just doesn't feel right.
I wonder what it'll feel like when the sun comes
10:17.
Probably a relief.
Yeah, I bet it will. I bet it'll be.
Okay, it's dropping fast now.
Mm-hmm.
We're approaching about 30 seconds before totality, and it's getting really dark. Up above, we could see two sets of contrails. One looked like it was a 747 flying probably 35,000 feet roughly, following the path of the eclipse. I assume it was tourists renting a plane so they get a longer view of it. There was also what looked like a research plane flying, looked like 50,000 feet over to the south. It did an S-curve as it was coming over, and at totality it followed the line. We're here at totality. You can see the sunset. You can see Mount Hood in the background. Whoa! There it is. A few cell phones, and looking up, there is totality. Here's another shot where I zoomed in and got it.
What is that right up here?
That's a star.
That's probably Venus or something. That bright star up there is probably Venus. Could see what I believe was Venus really clear. That was off to the right and up a bit. Like I say, I set the camera up and I'm busy looking around. In this shot, you can just faintly see a star down and to the left. Did not actually see that during the time of the event, but my camera picked it up. Want to spend more time observing the eclipse rather than filming it, so I tried to keep my camera fairly stationary most of the time. And I'm observing all around, and at this point I start getting a hold of the camera and pan down to go see, take a close-up shot of Mount Hood, and then zoom to watch the shadow go away, and unfortunately I hit pause, so I missed the rest of the shot. So you get to see the time lapse in reverse at this point. Had a really good time doing it. It was very surreal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you want, and have a great day. Bye.